Sheryl Swoopes is stirring the pot again, this time with wild accusations about Caitlyn Clark and the Indiana Fever, but Lexie Hull isn't having it. After months of Swoopes, a so-called legend, pushing baseless claims about the team, Hull has decided enough is enough. She's stepping up to shut down the gossip and set the record straight. So, what's the latest from Swoopes? Oh, just her usual theatrics. Why would someone like Swoopes, a Hall of Famer with a storied career, go down this road? Is it envy, a craving for relevance, or something else entirely? Whatever the reason, Lexie Hull isn't letting it slide. She's offering a first-hand account of what it's really like to play alongside Caitlyn Clark. And let's just say it's nothing like the dysfunctional narrative Swoopes is trying to sell. Hull's response isn't just a rebuttal, it's a reality check. From stories that showcase genuine team camaraderie to lighthearted locker room moments, she dismantles Swoopes' claims piece by piece. Swoopes' words might grab attention, but they crumble under the weight of Hull's evidence. This isn't just about shutting down gossip. It's a story that highlights the power of unity, resilience, and the kind of teamwork that outlasts any rumor. Sheryl Swoopes is no stranger to stirring up drama, and Caitlyn Clark seems to be her favorite target. Remember when Swoopes confidently claimed that Clark's game wouldn't translate to the WNBA? Or when she predicted that Clark's rookie season would be forgettable at best? Spoiler alert, Clark didn't just prove her wrong. She obliterated every expectation, dominating headlines and rewriting the league's history books with record-breaking performances. But Swoopes wasn't finished. Earlier this year, she tried to light another fire, hinting at so-called locker room issues within the Indiana Fever. Her claims? Some players supposedly didn't want to play alongside Clark. The reality? These stories were based on little more than social media rumors and whispers. When fans and analysts started asking for proof, Swoopes' narrative began to fall apart. Even respected voices in the basketball world, like Nancy Lieberman and Stephen A. Smith, took issue with her speculative remarks, calling her out for relying on gossip instead of facts. You should get upset with me on the phone. And I was like, Cheryl, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing. We're talking. And so our relationship, it pretty much is not happening at this point. And who could forget her bizarre attack on Clark's NCAA scoring record? Swoopes tried to diminish the achievement by arguing that an extra year of eligibility somehow invalidated it. But here's the truth. Clark played the same number of seasons as her peers. Once again, the facts didn't just poke holes in Swoopes' argument. They sank it entirely. I got off the treadmill and I called her as a friend. And I said, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you just get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you for your opinion. So what's behind this relentless stream of criticism? Is it a desperate attempt to stay relevant in an era dominated by fresh talent like Clark, or simply a fascination with creating controversy? Whatever the reason, Swoopes' track record of shaky claims is wearing thin with fans who are growing increasingly frustrated with her need for attention. This time, though, Swoopes crossed the line. Her latest comments don't just target Caitlyn Clark, they drag Kelsey Mitchell and former coach Christy Sides into the mix. That's when Lexie Hull, tired of the constant noise, decided it was time to speak up. Hull's response? A mic drop moment that dismantles Swoopes' narrative and sets the record straight. Let's dive into Swoopes' latest claims about Kelsey Mitchell and see how the facts paint a completely different story. Sheryl Swoopes' latest target? Kelsey Mitchell. On a recent podcast, Swoopes claimed the Indiana Fever weren't giving Mitchell the recognition she deserved, painting a picture of a star player allegedly sidelined by her own team. But as usual, Swoopes' narrative doesn't align with reality. Let's start with the facts. Team president Kelly Krauskopf has been nothing but vocal about Mitchell's importance to the Fever. Krauskopf has repeatedly called Mitchell a cornerstone of the team and emphasized her role in shaping the Fever's future. Statements like, Kelsey's impact is irreplaceable, and her leadership sets the tone for where we're headed, hardly sound like someone being overlooked, do they? And it's not just management giving Mitchell her flowers. Mitchell herself has expressed deep appreciation for the organization, her teammates, and the collective focus they've maintained amid external noise. She's even shared moments on the court where Clark's pinpoint assists set her up for critical shots. showcasing a partnership built on mutual respect and chemistry, not division. The numbers back it up too. During the Fever's standout season, Mitchell's stats didn't just stay solid, they got better. Analysts have noted how Clark's assist-heavy style created more scoring opportunities for Mitchell, amplifying her offensive impact. The synergy between the two players debunks any claims of neglect, and instead highlights a team that's clicking on all cylinders. So why would Swoopes make these claims? It feels like yet another attempt to create division and grab headlines. But this time, Lexie Hull wasn't having it. Hull responded with a powerful message that set the record straight, shining a light on the team's unity, an undeniable bond. She shared behind-the-scenes moments that reveal the truth. A team that thrives on mutual respect and support. Hull painted a vivid picture of camaraderie, from playful banter during practice to team outings that strengthen morale. This isn't just a team playing basketball, it's a family building something special together. Hull's inside perspective completely dismantles Swoopes' narrative, showing that the Fever's locker room isn't divided. It's thriving. But what exactly did Hull say about the locker room dynamics that left Swoopes scrambling? Let's break it down. She'll just throw out comments that are just funny, like no one else is saying it but Caitlyn. She sees the game at a bigger scale, obviously with the platform that she's created for herself, but then that's transitioned to the game, and it's huge. And I think, like, for me, especially as a point guard and as someone that's delivering a lot of the passes that lead to shots, like, if I miss, she's definitely going to say, like, you got the next one. Like, I can count on her for keeping me confident and positive. So yeah, I think that shows the player that she is and the leader she is as a point guard. Lexie Hull isn't typically one to wade into off-court drama. Known for her relentless work ethic and quiet determination, she usually lets her game do the talking. But when Sheryl Swoopes started spinning tales of division within the Indiana Fever, Hull decided it was time to speak up. And she didn't hold back. Hull's words hit hard, not just because of her reputation, but because they came from someone who's lived the reality of the Fever's locker room. She described an environment full of energy, laughter, and mutual respect, highlighting the team's unique ability to balance intensity with fun. One memorable story involved Caitlyn Clark keeping spirits high during a grueling practice session, joking around to lighten the mood, even as music blared and the drills pushed everyone to their limits. According to Hull, moments like these are what turned pressure into connection, building morale and camaraderie. There was one practice, Christy turns on loud music, because I can't remember where we were going, but we knew the arena was going to be loud. And so she turns on this loud music, and Caitlyn screams, she's like, could someone turn it off? It's giving me a migraine. And everyone's like, what? And Christy reacted and said, what did you say? And she repeated it. And all of us were we were all dying, because if I would have said that, if anyone on our team would have said that and then been asked, what did you say? And you repeat it, no one else is repeating it that she did. And it was the funniest thing. We're all rolling on the ground laughing. Hull also shared how the team, led by players like herself and Kelsey Mitchell, actively worked to drown out social media noise. The Fever's culture is one of relentless encouragement. When one player struggles, the others step up with positivity and support. This unity has been crucial for Hull, who revealed how the team's uplifting atmosphere helped her regain confidence after challenging stretches. She credited Clark's leadership as pivotal in fostering a space where every player could thrive. Behind the scenes, the Fever's bond goes even deeper. Paul recounted spontaneous team outings, golf games, group dinners, and even yoga sessions that brought everyone closer together. These weren't just for appearances. They were genuine moments of connection. Even after tough losses, the players leaned on one another, not just as teammates, but as a family working toward a shared goal. Hull's first-hand account struck a chord with fans and analysts alike, who rallied around her candid defense of the team. Her ability to cut through Swoopes' sensationalism with facts and heartfelt stories only strengthened her standing as a leader, both on and off the court. All of these people were supporting me this whole time, and I didn't know that they were supporting me until that moment. So you kind of forget that there's these people behind the scenes until they come out of the woodwork and say, I've been following along this whole time. I'm so proud of you. And that just feels so good to know that there's, such a community behind everybody on our team, even when you don't hear it every day. But Swoopes wasn't done. After targeting Caitlyn Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, she turned her attention to former Fever head coach Christy Sides, Swoopes hinted that Sides' departure was surrounded by controversy, claiming it pointed to deeper dysfunction within the team. Players like Lexie Hull echoed those sentiments, praising Sides for her unwavering support and her ability to push the team to grow, even during challenging seasons. Hull highlighted how Sides emphasized collaboration, fostered trust, and kept the team focused on building for the future. The narrative of internal unrest painted by Swoopes doesn't align with the reality described by those who lived it. I mean, it's hard, I think, like, in this profession, like, things just are so fluid and you never know what to expect, you never get comfortable, and, I mean, heading into next year, this will be my 4th pet coach in 4 years. So, just it's a crazy job, and I'm really sad for Christy. I think she's a great person, a great leader. Excited to see what she does in the future. It's important to understand that Sides' departure wasn't some chaotic fallout. The decision was mutual and carefully planned, aligning with the Fever's long-term strategy for progress. Hull shared that the team saw the change as part of their evolution, with Sides leading on positive terms and with heartfelt well wishes from players and management alike. This wasn't the drama-filled exit Swoopes tried to sell. It was a calculated step toward a brighter future. Even Sides herself reflected this professionalism. Her public comments following her departure were measured and respectful, highlighting her understanding of the natural transitions in sports. Fans and analysts praised her graceful exit as the mark of a true leader who knows when it's time to pass the torch. Once again, Swoopes' insinuations crumble when held up against reality. Christy Sides did a great job. And as we move forward, my thought process was how do we maximize what we have, and how do we jump on this opportunity now? The truth is clear. While Swoopes tried to sow doubt, the Fever remain a team united by shared goals and mutual respect. They're not stuck in controversy, they're building something extraordinary. But if that's the case, where was Swoopes getting her so-called insider information, as Sheryl Swoopes' claims echoed across social media? The Fever responded with something more powerful than silence. Solidarity. Lexie Hull's direct rebuttal ignited a wave of support from her teammates, creating a united front that exposed Swoopes' narrative for what it was. Fiction. Take Erica Wheeler, for instance. Known for her candid reflections, Wheeler described the Fever's locker room as far from toxic. She shared how Caitlyn Clark's humor often lightened tense moments, transforming pressure into opportunities for laughter and bonding. Aaliyah Boston, another rising star, joined the conversation, emphasizing how the team consistently lifted each other up. She shared stories of spontaneous movie nights, shared workouts, and group dinners, painting a picture of camaraderie that couldn't be fabricated. Hull emphasized how these experiences translated into trust on the court. We play harder for each other because we know we've got each other's backs, she explained. And that bond was evident. The Fever's resilience in tough games, their ability to rebound from losses, and their shared celebrations after wins all showcased a team fueled by unity. The true story of the Indiana Fever is one of connection, trust, and joy. Everything Swoopes' narrative tried to deny. It's a story of a team turning adversity into strength, teammates into family, and potential into momentum. It's all that's just kind of like stuck together, trusted the process, and realized that the start of the season isn't the biggest deal. It's how we finish and how we get better, and I'm really proud of just the resiliency of the group. The Fever aren't just preparing for another season. They're building something extraordinary. Will they rise even higher? One thing is undeniable. The Indiana Fever are nothing like the fractured team Sheryl Swoopes tried to depict. Instead, they're a tight-knit group of resilient athletes bound by shared experiences, unwavering support, and a collective drive to succeed. Lexie Hull's decision to push back against Swoopes' baseless claims wasn't just about defending her teammates. It was a powerful declaration of the truth, showcasing the unity and spirit that define the Fever every single day. At the center of this resurgence is Caitlyn Clark. Once the target of Swoopes' exaggerated critiques, Clark has proven herself not just as a stellar rookie, but as a transformative leader. Her influence has lifted everyone around her, turning teammates like Kelsey Mitchell and Lexie Hull into even stronger, more confident players. The so-called Caitlyn mania that Swoopes criticized. It's not chaos, it's a movement. Clark's leadership has unified the Fever, igniting a fire that's brought fresh energy to the team and drawn in waves of new fans. This isn't division, it's transformation. Yes, we're definitely in a position, and I would think that if you are a smart basketball player and you watch the way she plays, you would want to play with her. And then there's Christy Sides. Swoopes tried to spin her departure as evidence of dysfunction, but the truth tells a different story. Sides' time with the Fever was marked by professionalism, dedication, and mutual respect. Her exit wasn't chaos. It was a calculated step forward, reflecting a team and organization focused on growth and evolution. The Fever's real story isn't one of locker room drama or unappreciated talent. It's the story of a rising powerhouse, a team brimming with talent, heart, and unity. Lexie Hole's stand against Swoopes, backed by voices like Erica Wheeler and Aaliyah Boston, shines a light on a team that refuses to let outsiders define their narrative. This is a squad that lifts each other up, laughs through the challenges, and fights as one on the court. Looking ahead to the 2025 season, one thing is clear. The Indiana Fever are on the rise. Their momentum, chemistry, and leadership are setting the stage for something extraordinary. With every practice, every battle on the court, and every hard-fought victory, they're rewriting their legacy and showing the WNBA what resilience looks like. The Indiana Fever are ready to prove the doubters wrong and show the world what true team spirit means. Because this isn't just about basketball. It's about family, heart, and the relentless will to rise above.